Hello friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video I am going to be putting together my third project using the Ali Edwards March Stories by the Month kit from 2021. So for today's spread, I am working on a project or a design that's going to go inside of my niece's baby album. So my niece Mabel just turned 5 months old. So this is her first story in her 5-month-old slot. And it's all about finding her toes, that she has now not only found her toes, but obsessed with eating them. So that's what this is about. So I have a few things here. I have a card and some ephemera bits that are in here. This is all from that March Stories by the Month kit. Then I've also got just a regular ephemera piece that I have in my stash. This might have been from Studio Calico maybe. And then I have a card that I already printed journaling on. So I left this top portion where I could add a chipboard piece to it as the title. And then I also have this gold foil paper. I believe this is from Maggie Holmes. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I will see if I can find it and link it down below. I loved the gold foiling on it, and I loved that it had these leafy bits that kind of mimic the leaf portions on these wood veneer pieces. So I'm going to use this as the background paper, and then we're just going to do some light embellishing, and that's pretty much going to be it. So I am going to put you on fast forward while I get everything assembled, and then once we have it done here, I will slow you guys back down so we can close out for today. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so let's get started by working on the page with the photos. So what I'm going to do here is cut this paper down to 3.875 by 8.25. You could also do 3.75 if you wanted it to be a little bit easier of a measurement, but that is the size of one of the page protectors for the 3x8 album. So this is going to go outside of a page protector. And that's because I know that the spread that I'm going to put on the opposite side is going to go outside of the page protector. So I wanted to make sure that this would be big enough to back up the other one, if that makes sense. So then I'm going to layer up those 3 photos there. And I know for sure I wanted to put the love chipboard there at the bottom so that it's kind of pointing up to all the pictures of Mabel eating her feet. I also brought over the hello banner and played around with that for sizing here a little bit. I wasn't crazy about it. So for now, I'm just going to set it to the side and let it be and work on the right side of the spread instead. So I grabbed over the 3x4 journaling card and put the Love This Story chipboard up at the top. That is my title here for my journaling card at least. And then I'm also going to build up the card underneath it. So that was a heart pattern that was kind of a minty green background color. And then I added the brighter green chipboard that says Love Simply, Bloom Wildly right on top of that. And then these wood veneer pieces are going to flank the top and the bottom side of that chipboard. So it creates this really nice kind of filler card there on the bottom. So now that's going to help me gauge what I think about the left side and the layout of the left side. And something about it just didn't feel right. So I went back into my chipboard stash and found some that had sentiments that worked and that had colors that kind of went with the rest of the colors of this kit. I brought those over, tried them out. Again, like just not crazy about it. So I tried to squish them together a little bit more, thinking maybe my spacing was what I was having a problem with. And I just couldn't figure it out. Ultimately, I was like, you know what, I'm going to grab a sheet of vellum, which is what I will do here in just a second. And I will take that vellum and cut it down to just wider than the photos themselves. So then I will layer that underneath it to see, okay, if I mute down a little bit of this background paper and put the photos on top of that, will that help this to look a little bit more, I don't know. It was a little too busy for my taste, I think. And maybe that's because the photos are a little darker than I normally work with. I I don't really know what was bothering me, but something was. So here it is with the vellum, and it definitely helped it a little bit. And then I can put the chipboard there at the bottom. It definitely helped to mute it down. And then I thought, you know what? Let me just try it with white paper and see if that helps if I just mat it with white, where we've got the gold flanking on the sides, and then put the journaling or put the little chipboard at the bottom. And that is ultimately what I chose to do. It just, something about that really helped it. I don't know why. I don't know like what about that helped it, but it just visually, my eyes are a lot happier when I've got that white matte paper going down the middle. So I'm going to adhere that down with my roller adhesive and then add all 3 of these photos just stacked one on top of the other. The thing that I like about this also is it makes it look kind of like a photo strip. And I think that's a nice touch. That's ultimately what I was going for anyway. It just didn't quite have the right look to it when I was only putting it on the gold foil paper. So I think having the white background also helped to make it have the feel I was going for. So we're just going to stick this last chipboard here on the bottom and pull the rest of the pieces back over here. All right, friends, that completes my spread for today. This one gave me a little bit of a run for my money there, trying to figure out how to get this side to look a little bit less harsh, I suppose. Like I felt like the lines were just kind of drastic. And so adding that white behind the photos really helped to create a matte and to create a softness to this page that I was actually, that I was looking for here. So it turned out actually really great. So, it just goes to show that even the best plans sometimes go astray. So let that just sit with you there for a minute too. All right, well, I hope that you enjoyed seeing this page come together. This is just going to go inside of Mabel's 3x8 album. And we're just moving right along in her baby album. If you enjoyed this video, I would love a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see all of the content I have coming your way in the future. I will be back again later this week with some more process videos, so keep an eye out for those. In the meantime, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next video.